we're still gonna go on. So I'm gonna show you guys how to time the engine now. So I put everything back on. So let me tell you how the torque specs go for the bolts for the head. Torque specs are 80 to 86 Newton meters, and these bolts right here, the one that holds down the camshafts, are 36 Newton meters. So the head ones are 80 to 86 Newton meters, and these are 36 Newton meters. That's these ones. I haven't put this one in yet because this is the chain. There's a chain guide, which is this new piece that goes, but I gotta do the chain first because it's gonna be in the way. So I'm gonna show you guys how to time the engine. So first thing you're probably gonna need, is probably two Allen. They have special keys that they use for this, but if you don't have it, you can just use Allens. So what you would do is, once everything is in, also cams are in. So this is a 17, this is a 14. So what you would do, rotate the camshaft right here. You can see there's a little arrow right here. The arrow needs to be lined up with the arrow that has number 1. This one has a little dot that has to be at the top, and then you have 2 marks that you can see. There is one there and one there. They have to be basically parallel to each other, which just kind of moved since I touched it. So, but I'll still tell you guys how to do it. So those 2 lines down there, let me see if we can get something down there to give a better view. So the line is right there, and then there's one right here, you can't miss it. And then you have this one here, and the arrow. Then you have the arrow right here pointing up, and then you have the little dot right below the gear that should be pointing here. And once that's top dead center, there's 2 holes on each side. So all arrows, so we have 4 arrows, 1 2 3 4. So one pointing up, one pointing to the away from the car, one pointing to the car, and one pointing down the engine. They all have to be, so car facing the air, down the engine, and facing away from the car. Once you stop dead center, you'll see a hole. You can push this in to hold the cam. If you don't see the hole, it is not top dead center. Another way you can know it's not top dead center is cylinder 1 has to be all the way at the top. So you can see how this is all the way, how this is pointing up. That's how you can know. You see how far down this goes. If I let it go, it's going to drop down because it's going all the way down. The same thing is be for this. As you can see, that fell down. Let me get it out. So you see these 2 are all the way down, and 4, so 1 and 4 are top dead center. So that's another way to know. So that's it for up here. Oh, one more thing up here. Let me see if this can, yeah, you can see 1 2, these 2 gears are different colors from the other one. Same on this side, different colors. So the center of both of those has to be right in the middle of the dot. As you can see, it's right in the middle of the dot. The same thing for this side, but as I said before, it moved. So let's see if this can focus. So that dot right there, so the dot that's right there should be in the center of the 2 different color gears, as you can see how it is over here, right in the middle. And for the crankshaft now, what you do is, so all you have to do, what you can do is you can take the bolt out, take this off. Just remember how it is, how it's keyed. You can see there's outside written on it, so this should face towards you. Don't let it face that way. Let it face towards you where the outside is. And after you get it, you can put your bolt back in. You can spin your crankshaft to where it's supposed to be, which I already done. So you can see the mark. There's a mark on the crankshaft, you can see. So you can see the mark right there. It should be pointing directly to the one on the engine block, which is right there. So that mark right there should be pointing towards that one. And then the gear on the chain should be, so this separate one should be on the dot on the gear. So there's, I can't get a good view right here, but you should be able to see it. There's a dot on the gear right there, which this gear, which the chain link should be sitting over it, should be covering it. No other link should be covering it except the colored link, which is this one, should be over the link with the little mark on it. And after you do that and everything is set, you can put your tensioner in. Put the tensioner in. Once it's all set, let me show you how the tensioner pin is. So this is how it is. So you would just, once it's all set, you pull your pin. Don't pull the pin before. It's just gonna be hard to compress back the tensioner. So after everything is set, you pull your pin and you rotate your engine about 2 to 3 rotations. And make sure after you do that, all the marks line up back as I showed you before. And that's how you would time the engine. So I'm going to finish it up now, put it back together as far as I can for the moment. Give you guys another update on how it's going.